Gestation 39B1. What is this? Chamber B1001. Incubator unit. Birthing logged. Not much to go on there. Same thing. Spawning phase. Tasking complete. Partial reactivation. Viable zygotes to storage 0. Oh. There's nothing in it. It failed. Hello. Cliff overseeing giant expanse. Damn. So, perhaps we've learned that that some of these absolutely insane-looking triangle monster hallways I've been going through in the cauldrons are shaped as such because they weren't made by humans. And that's why they're so nonsensical. Is that their pattern was generated by programs, basically. Got a person behind a robot? I don't know, like a chosen one, a summoned one, or maybe even one of the AI programs, one of the 9 or so. Is that corruption? Like that they used to save people, then they became corrupted. So maybe this is about the rise of Hades? It's painted by a person, though. Someone who apparently had access to this place in an era where they would know about that kind of thing? Looks like Hades corrupting people. Where Gaia protects.
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim? I don't want to sleep, Mother!
I know, but it is time to get some rest.
No, I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
You will, in time, children.
In time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time.
Holy fuck. Okay, yep, there's your birth control commercial. Congratulations, everybody. In case you haven't had a regular reminder about why not to have children unless you're, insane. There you go. Congratulations. Holy shit. Nurture phase tasking complete. So is this must be where hologram data points partial. Huh. So I'm thinking these are the new people.
These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those things, the multi-servitors. They took care of them.
There was no one else.
So the first people were born in the new beginning of mankind, and they were taken care of by machines. So was that person that was just talking? Let's see. Let's review what they're called. Yeah, it's a female multi-servitor. So those were androids, basically, right? Not a because there's that's what they mean when they say there's no one else. There was no other humans. Like, it was an entire generation of babies being raised by machines because there was no humans at the moment. Just being entertained and taken care of in these places. In like a baby prison, basically. As they're raised up to an age where they'd be able to survive outside, hopefully. As the machines try to care for them. I wonder if I get to meet one of the machines. If there's still a functional one, even if it's only somewhat left over at this point. Because that'd be really interesting. To meet Nanny Bot. So basically, we're continuing the chronological progress of these plans and of the revelations, because now the next step is to see what happens when it tries to revive everything.
Blue is the color of the sky. White is the color of clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers. Here they come. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
This
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then.
broken.
Go away.
Hit on.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Damn it, I tried to run up to see it up close at the last second there. When I realized that they were talking to the android. Another case of the characters talking over each other. Aloy just can't wait her turn. Kindergarten, E9B1. Multiple system failures. Nutrient stores depleted. Just keep raising the babies until they can't be raised anymore. So they go all the way up until being children, and then adolescents, and teenagers, and so on. All while caged down here for their entire life until they were of sufficient age, hopefully, to be able to survive up there. Assuming we're not dealing with like an ascension situation where there's an entire population, like there might have been an entire generation that had to die down here. What if there was an entire generation that was just there to, you know, breed the next generation and so on, while the outside continues to become safer? And what if it wasn't quite ready to let them out yet?
I have no choice but to release you.
But why?
There is no food here anymore.
But there's food out there.
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go!
I don't know. Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here and sleep and remember all of you.
What will happen to us?
You will be brave and you will learn.
That's a trip. That's one hell of a trip. Okay. That's the wrong one. Right. Just, I want to see the description. They're still called adolescents. The holograms kind of look like they were 20-ish, but it's always hard to tell. It's video game graphics and they're holograms. But we got a closer look at one of the servitors there. You can see machine parts inside of it. I don't know if those were visible. It seemed like it had a full outside, so it kind of seems like the inside machine parts would be covered up by that, and maybe that's just like a quirk of the... You can see the machine there, right there, actually. Maybe the parts of the machine we could see was just a quirk of the hologramming, that it was just rendering that way or something. Because it'd be weird if they all look like that all the time. But why can't they come back? They said they ran out of resources and can't take care of them anymore, but why not keep the door open? That seems like a reasonable thing to do. To just keep the door open and be willing to provide shelter. Like that they can go out and hunt, then come back in here in their nice metal castle that keeps all the monsters out. Be pretty useful. Otherwise they're just shutting it off for no real reason. Like it's a viable living space. The place, as far as I can tell, is supposed to expire at that point. So it's not like it's going to, like, you know, reset. Like, if Hades destroys everything, that's the issue here, is that if Hades destroys everything, these facilities aren't gonna, like, turn back on. They're screwed. These places are, like, destroyed by time. It's, like, so much time. So the question there is, I guess these kinds of locations weren't built by humans, though, were they? Weren't these also buildings that were built by the, by Gaia and stuff like that? So maybe they just build a new set of buildings like this every time from scratch, and that's just the sheer scope of this project. Hard to say for sure, but damn. Imagine being that first generation. Actually, it'd be a lot like the 100.
Someday. That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours.
Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
Holy crap.
They were trapped here. Their whole lives.
In plain view of luxurious space.
What What went wrong? Why couldn't they access the other areas?
Unknown. But you won't have that problem.
Were they trapped here their whole lives? It seemed like they were let out when they were still adolescents, unless that was somehow not the same person or something. Weird. Yeah, I don't think their whole lives was accurate to say. But holy crap, that one adolescent male with the pink hair, terrible voice acting. Holy crap. Go away! Like it's out of whack with everybody else's voice
They didn't like
acting.
this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
So how small of an area were they stuck in then?
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to the Lyceum, a place of learning.
So how long ago did this happen? How long ago did did this first wave get expelled?
What was this place, exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
But why not?
There we go. All that attempt to keep those histories of humanity and their culture and their legacies and so on. This is Apollo. The door was locked for some reason, which I'm sure we'll learn.
Welcome, students. Please pick up a focus device and place it on the side of your head, just behind your eye.
I had to dredge the pits of the world looking for focuses to repair. And here sat a trove, enriching no one.
So this is one of the reasons they existed, or at least were preserved for us, is for this place in particular. They're just everywhere.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day, your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn, so much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Apollo offline.
You were right, Aloy. This is a graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Maybe there's a way to fix it. But it's not why I came here.
Of course. What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
I will.
I mean, to be fair, it's been here a while. We can check it out a little later. It's not a huge rush. Supposedly no one else can get in here. But damn, so like we saw, like those are the names of, that was one of the people we read emails from, and there's probably more of them in here, and their work may have been for naught.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day, your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn, so much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day, your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn.
I'm trying to grab them all just in case. Like in case they get data added over time.
Malfunction. Apollo offline.
I'm somehow missing one that's like right here. Is it above me? Below me? Could be down there. They seem to just turn on. Okay, so I need to fix Apollo first, because I think they're not even showing up as being newly red. They're on every layer though.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day, your first day of school.
I don't think these are going to do anything for me, are they?
So, hello, child.
I thought I'd be adding them to my archive or something for later. I don't think it's actually going to work that way.
There's so much for you to learn.
This entire place is just expired. Should I be hopping down there?
Malfunction.
I think that's a bad call.
Apollo offline.
Going downstairs probably wasn't really intended. So we came in through here. Right. So they wanted me to do a tour, like walk around through one hallway, then go back upstairs, the other side, and go somewhere new. All that setup for one broken door.
Priority access for Dr. Sobek. Please scan message with focus.
That sounds important.
Yes. I suspect we're about to learn a great deal.
Operations log. Inhabitants released. Cross-check complete. Sealed. Data archived. Operations suspended. G Prime order received. Runtime recommended. Process. Gestation order received. G Prime offline. What order are these happening in? So top ones happen first, the other ones happen later. There's a 700-year gap. The inhabitants were released in 23-26. Here the nutrients were depleted, zygote banks depleted. 3020 and 3021. Power save initiated, runtime recommended. Waking multi-servitor. Malfunctions. They sealed hatches. E9 was sealed, operations suspended. But the inhabitants were released 700 years ago. Did it try to start over? Is that a set? Was it releasing populations every 700 years? I'm not entirely sure what to think about that.
Elizabeth, this message serves to inform you of an unforeseen and catastrophic anomaly. 3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin. Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature.
What?
Thus awakened, the Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system, it will continue operations for some time, but in an increasingly chaotic manner, and eventually it will break down.
Does she mean the derangement?
You are my solution. I have ordered this cradle facility to use genetic material in cryostorage to gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities, and over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. A moment, Elizabeth. This is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. What if... Oh. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the master override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
So, you're even more extraordinary than I thought.
I never had a mother.
What are you talking about? You had two, a dead woman and a machine.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
To quench the flames and heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the bitter climb. I'll be waiting above in Gaia Prime's ruins.
She was holding on to hope, and it looks like Silence has reversed his earlier directive on being polite about this whole thing. But yeah, she found out her origin, at least, and it was basically exactly what we expected, which is that she is... Yeah, it's like one of the first conclusions I had was the idea that she is like a reincarnation of somebody from the old world, specifically for the purpose of saving the world again. In this case, from Hades, looks like these two AI that were evolved to fight each other because of Top Knot asshole have continued to evolve to fight each other, and Hades got pretty good at it at some point and completely took over.
Identiscan malfunction rectified. Elusive through one access unsealed.
I mean, they trusted somebody with a top-knot faux hawk, so I guess this was inevitable. Can I go over there? Can't go that way? Do I have to go all the way around, maybe? No. Okay. Okay. It won't let me do anything. Am I supposed to not leave yet? There's nothing else to do here. Then we gotta jump for it. Huh. There you go. She literally wouldn't go anywhere from that direction. No, go back over there. Nope, no, go back. Yeah. Nope, down. Yes. Gotcha. Oh. Despite expectations, there's not an open door here. So then up. She's very good at climbing. Okay. Judging from the ladder, I must have come from the bottom one. We're going for the top one. Okay. Gotcha.
This is going to be interesting.
Going to be? We're well past interesting, Aloy. We've covered interesting at this point. Is this where we started? Yeah, we've done a loop. Okay. Alright, I got a creepy doll. Let's rub it on things until a door opens somewhere, right?
Aloy, forgive! The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet. But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora.
Up!
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora.
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be.
Nora! Make way for
Make
Aloy!
way, that she may forge the path for others to follow.
Well, this is huge. We've more or less fixed the Nora, in a way. Their, incredibly misguided dedication to this specific location, at least, that seems to... Well, we probably know why it happened, right? If they were birthed from this chamber, then they would have stuck around outside and worshipped this location because it was their everything. And then generations would pass and they wouldn't understand why anymore, but they would still think that it needed to happen, basically. As this entire place was taken out as, like, core was overloaded and so on. Oh my goodness, this thing is still here.
Aloy, how kind of you to spend a moment with me before you depart. There can be no doubt now. You are a blessing made flesh, the will of the goddess incarnate.
It's really not that simple, Tirsa. But I guess it's close enough.
I know the path ahead will be dangerous. To kill a metal devil sounds impossible, but I believe in you.
Thank you. The Nora have suffered terrible losses, Tirsa. What's to become of them now?
That will be for the goddess to decide. Only she knows the future. For the moment, my sister matriarchs and I will see to the wounded. And as I promised, anyone who wishes to join you at Meridian, we will declare seekers. I think for the time being, we should remain here in the mountain, close to the goddess.
That might be best. If nothing else, it's a defensible position. Tirsa, I want to know Rost's story. Why he was made an outcast. He never told me, said he took an oath of silence. What did he do?
Oh. Yes, that.
What crime did he commit?
I will tell you if you wish. But it is a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
Of course I want to hear it. Tell me.
Rost never committed any crime. He was an outcast by choice.
What? What do you mean?
Many years ago, before the derangement, before the Red Raids, a band of murderous outlanders, 12 in number, struck without warning. At Mother's Vigil, they took hostages, and then pressed on, headed for Devil's Thirst.
Mother's Vigil? Where's that?
You would know it as the Forsaken Village, near the Karja border. But at the time, many families lived there. Ross was one of them. His mate was killed fighting the Outlanders, and his daughter was among those taken hostage.
His daughter? What was her name?
Alana. She was just 6 years old.
Nora Braves couldn't stop 12 Outlanders? Or rescue the hostages?
It was quite impossible. We outnumbered them, but every time a brave came within bowshot, the Outlanders killed a hostage.
What did they come here to do?
That was never discovered. We couldn't track closely enough to observe them. We know they camped beyond Devil's Thirst for 2 days. There were reports of strange noises. And then, as suddenly as they came, the Outlanders made their way back to the border and disappeared.
What happened to Rost's daughter? She was killed.
Rost was one of the braves who tracked the Outlanders, keeping his distance. There were 6 hostages still alive when they reached the border, Alana among them. Rather than release them, the Outlanders slit their throats and left the corpses just across the border, mocking us.
Why?
Cruelty. They knew the faithful Nora would not leave the sacred land to collect the bodies, let alone pursue them. They thought themselves safe from our vengeance.
Are you saying that Rost went after them? That he became an exile?
No. Rost was beside himself with grief, but even so, he would never have broken taboo.
Then what did he do?
He called upon the most terrible and secret rite of the Nora tribe. He begged to be made a Death Seeker.
A Death Seeker? What is that?
One who dies to go seeking, and in seeking, brings death to others. The ritual drags the spirit from one's body, releasing it to All Mother's care. The heart beats, the mind thinks, but the spirit has moved on.
I don't understand.
Rost went after the Outlanders, but his spirit never left. It remained here with All Mother. He gathered the bodies of the slain and returned them. And then he set out in pursuit, not as an exile, but a weapon of vengeance. A barbed arrow shot from a bow, never to return.
But Rost did return.
Yes. A full year later, and terribly wounded. He collapsed at the border of the sacred land. A hunting party came upon him. He was delirious, in agony. By law, he should have died where he lay. But one of the hunters broke taboo, and reaching across the border, she dragged him to our side.
Who was she?
A brave who'd lost a mate and 2 sons to the very Outlanders that Rost pursued.
So Rost never finished his mission?
To the contrary, he killed all 12. Tracked them to disparate places the world over, he said. Meridian, Ban-Ur, the Claim, Utaru Land, further even, into the Forbidden West. The last he killed nearly got the best of him. Wounded, he stumbled and crawled back to us, hoping to die as close to the sacred land as he could. He never expected nor asked to be dragged across the border and nursed back to health. That was done to him, leaving us, the matriarchs, in a difficult position.
Why couldn't you just welcome him back?
Rost had been made a Death Seeker, Aloy. He no longer had any place among the tribe. By law, he should have been driven back out. But we couldn't bring ourselves to do that, so we offered a compromise.
You made him an outcast?
Yes. We offered to do so on the condition he never speak to anyone of this exception.
After all he did, all he suffered, to be declared an outcast was his reward.
Rost was overjoyed. He never expected to live another day in the sacred land, let alone the embrace, so close to the goddess. He resolved to spend the rest of his days in solitude, and was happy to do so.
But then you found me, and gave me to him.
Yes. Another compromise. The matriarchs feared you, and would not let you be raised by the tribe. And so we turned to Rost. I knew that he would take care of you, bring you up, teach you to worship All-Mother and respect the ways of the tribe.
He certainly tried anyway. You took a man who'd lost his daughter and made him raise an infant girl? Doesn't that strike you as callous?
I'm inclined to think the course of events has shown the wisdom of our choice. And I'm quite certain that from the moment he laid eyes on you, he saw you as a gift and never a burden.
All right, Tirsa, that's quite a story. It's time for me to move on. I thank you for doing what you could to help me through the years, and for telling me Rost's story.
I wish I could have done more, but I am just one woman.
As am I. No need to sell ourselves short.
Oh, thank you, Aloy. I will pray for you.
Okay, I guess it can't hurt.
Holy crap, that's a major story just to uncover like that. And it was partly because freaking I just dropped my gun over here and was trying to pick it up, and I stumbled into a whoa, hi. That was major. What caused that?
We may never know what she saw
Oh well.
in the mountain.
So I got this really major story reveal of the father figure from an optional dialogue on your way out of an area. Whew. That could have been bad if I walked out a little sooner, huh? There's Tirsa.
What did she see?
Let's see, there's Lansra, or Lansra, Jezza, so you can talk to them too. Okay. So, I probably should have seen that coming, the idea that instead of... I mean, in a way, he did have a dark past, I suppose, but you'd expect him to be guilty of something horrible, but instead he was like a vengeance warrior, basically. And the real reason we sworn to silence wasn't because there's some dark, horrible secret, but instead because of the usual irritating reason that the Nori usually have, which is that there was a rule involved, and it was a problem, and so a problematic rule led to this annoying gap in knowledge for all these years, but now Aloy can just demand things because so much has gone on that who's going to say no to her now?
My life has been long, but I've never seen anything like that. Tirsa was right. A blessing, not a curse. We were so unsure.
There is still corruption loose in the world, but it will be cleansed.
Anointed. I misread the signs. Forgive!
I told you, Lansra, I'm not your anointed.
I nearly lost hope before the anointed saved us.
I'm sorry I didn't see you correctly.
You still don't. I don't think you can, Lansra.
Forgive me.
Off your knees, Lansra. Start living on your feet with your eyes open.
The killers did their worst, but by the will of the goddess, they could not.
I don't think that Aloy is likely to start liking that person. By the way, Tirsa has like stolen my weapon from me. Holy crap. Tirsa, is this a message? There we go. Mine. You can't keep it. It's mine. Alright, everybody, let's go to war.
The anointed will cleanse the corruption beyond the sacred land. She's earned my faith 10 times over.
I don't think I'm actually going to use this weapon, am I? So we're probably just going to warp on out. Yeah, we're quite a distance from my actual goal, which is like on the other side of the map, I think. Oh, I can't open my menu. Anyone here to chat? No. Put you back down where I found you, I suppose. Don't suppose we can instruct all those guys on how to use them, can we?
Saving these for the trail.
Those are viable forms of defense if I train everyone to use them. There's like 3 or 4 of them here from that one enemy. Like, that'd be huge for when if the Akarja attack again, which they seem to like to do. I can't open my map. Just gonna point that out. I can pause the game, but opening the entire touchpad menu actually is closed off to me at the moment. And it's a bit of a problem at the moment, because I kind of want to go visit Roth's grave before I leave, but I do not know my way around that well. Maybe once I leave this basic zone, it'll let me do that. There must be something waiting for me outside. Unless my touchpad just decided to break right now. That would suck. Looks like it's clear all the way out here. And the sun has come up and it's hopeful looking, and suddenly all the machines are gone, which is interesting because I didn't fight any of them. I fought one machine total, the big bad one, and the entirety of the Shadow Karja have completely disappeared now. That's odd. Hi, what are you doing out here? Just hanging out? Man, you're a quick one. Right back to business, huh?